Hello there, and welcome to Math 311. I am Dr. Melissa Stoner, and I'll be your professor this semester. And I just wanted to show you a little bit around on the My Classes page so we don't have to do this in class. So, you have found the welcome video, which actually is right above the important information situation because that's how you got here. Recorded this before I posted it. And that's where we're going to start. So if you want to know information about this course, here's where you get to it. If you want to skip through and get to the meat of the things, the course syllabus and policies is where you'll find all the good stuff. You'll find my office hours. I'm in Henson 120. You can find my office hours there as well as a Zoom link if you need to Zoom for office hours. Okay, I don't sit on there all the time, but if you email me and said, hey, I have a question, can we log on to Zoom? The answer is should be absolutely, unless I am for some reason otherwise occupied. Let's see. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 to 1:50, and we're in Henson 123. Your course description in the book and all that kind of stuff is there. Breakdown of your grades. So homework, we're going to turn in homework on paper. You will turn it in after each section, usually about 2 classes later, and it's going to be worth about 15% of the grade. It'll be graded for correctness. I will choose a couple of problems in a set. If you did 10 problems, I will choose probably 2 to grade for correctness. Quizzes, we're going to take a quiz every Friday, just so that we make sure that we stay on top of material. Okay, those are worth 15%. We're going to do 2 projects. We're going to do an individual project and a group project. And ideally, this individual project is going to involve looking at solving and applying some differential equations. And then we're going to go to the Sim Center, the Medical Simulation Center on campus, and we're going to look at a live simulation of lung capacity, and we're going to see how that compares to our mathematical modeling. And then at the end of the semester, you will choose a group that is either 2 or 3 people. So either you're going to choose a partner or a small group. You're going to choose a project. You're going to do this basically the same thing that we did with the lung project. And you're then going to write up a paper and present it to the class. Okay. And that's all at the end of the semester. We're going to take a couple exams, about 4 of them, and then there's a final exam. Okay. Academic honesty, all that kind of good stuff. Homework we talked about. Quizzes will be given on a weekly basis, typically on Fridays. We're going to talk about individual projects. Mentioned. We're going to talk about using LaTeX. If you have not used this, this is the way that you type mathematics. Okay, so when you look at your book and it's got all the nicely typed out symbols, that's how they do that. They use LaTeX. So we're going to learn how to do that. We're going to type a paper in that. You're going to give me your project written up nicely as a paper, as if you were going to publish it in LaTeX. Okay, so that's kind of a thing we're going to learn how to do. And then for your final project, as I mentioned, we're going to do in groups of 2 to 3. The projects are actually after each chapter in your book. There's like a little section and it offers different projects, and you get to choose which one you want. So you have to have a group and a project topic before we go to fall break. So October 16th. A rough draft. I need a rough draft before we go to Thanksgiving break. So Tuesday, November 25th. And then we begin our presentations, and that's when the paper is due, starting Monday, December 7th. We present in the order in which they appear in the textbook. Okay. And you're responsible presenting at the time when I say it's your turn. There's your 4 exam dates. Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Final exams, it's based on the timing is based on the registrar's website. I do believe that we are Friday, December 18th from 10:45 to 1:15. And you've got to earn a 60% on that final, right? By passing this class, it makes you eligible to take 422. And if you can't do 60% of the material at the end of the class, then you're not ready to move on. Okay. So even if you come into the class with an A or a B and you blow off my final and you get a 52, then you get a D. Okay, automatically. I don't take late work. So each homework assignment I will have posted on my classes, as well as I will collect it in class. So if you miss class on a day I collect homework, it is your responsibility to post it and upload your solutions to my classes on time. Okay, I don't let things go late. Now, if for some reason life happens and you get behind and things are going on, have a conversation with me. We can make a plan and figure out what's going on. If you do need to miss a quiz or an exam for some reason, you need to go to a wedding, I don't know, your grandfather turns 75 and there's a big party, whatever is going on, you get sick, you are allowed to make up 2 quizzes or exams. Okay. With prior notification. So as long as I get an email before that exam or quiz starts saying, hey, I need to be out for this particular reason, can I set up a makeup? The answer is yes, twice. Okay. Once we get past twice, it's a no, unless you have documentation that the university would consider an excused absence. So that means you have a funeral, and there's documentation. You have a doctor's appointment and there's documentation. You got sick and you went to the health center, like something like that. Okay. So you get 2, and then you've got to have documentation. Last but not least for the syllabus is my AI policy. This is new for me. AI, ChatGPT is super useful in a lot of ways, but it also will just do the work for you, right? And I'm not looking to find out what ChatGPT knows. I already know what ChatGPT knows. Sometimes it's correct and sometimes it's not, okay? But I want to know what you know. Okay. Do not use this as like oh, I'm not sure. Let me just find out and we'll learn from it, right? I'm learning from what ChatGPT says. You're not. Okay. You're reading it. It goes on in one ear and out the other. Okay. That's like looking at my solutions to the practice exam instead of doing the practice exam on your own. Okay. It's not your ideas, it's theirs. Okay. So do not use it. If I find out I have it on my phone, I can do just what you do and take a picture of the homework problem and it'll spit out their solution. I can easily compare that to your work and know whether or not you just straight copied or whether you actually did the work yourself. Okay, so do not do that. It is grounds for academic misconduct policies. So that means zeros, failing you in the course, any of those types of things. Okay, so do not use AI. All right, that is our syllabus and our course policies. If we go back to the home page, right, you'll see that below that course syllabus and policies, there's some school, department, university policies. Read those at your leisure. And then there's a syllabus extra credit quiz. So 5 quick questions based on what I just showed you. Okay. I've included our Zoom links here. If for some reason we need to move class online, that's the link that we're going to use. I typically Zoom every day from my laptop, from my iPad to the screen. So if you're out of class for some reason and you need to Zoom in, you may do that. Please let me know that you're going to do that first and don't make it a habit, right? That's for exceptions. I expect you to be in class so that you can learn in class. There's also a second spot where it gives you the Zoom link for office hours. I will also be posting different notes from class, things here. You can see homework assignments, all that kind of good stuff will get posted here in my classes. The only other thing that I want to show you here before I let you go is where you find the textbook. So we are using inclusive access. So if you go to the left and click on Vital Source Course Materials, it will pop up with access to your text. Okay, so right there, this is us fundamentals of differential equations. I will get rid of this. And you're just going to click read now. It's going to take you to something called Bookshelf, at least I do. And I log in. So you may have to create an account. And then you go ahead and it'll give you access to the ebook. Okay. If you want a hard copy, you're welcome to buy one. But right here is everything that you're going to need, right? Everything from the textbook. So your homework questions are all in here. Everything that you might need is in here. Okay. All right. I think that is everything that I need to tell you here on the syllabus. So hopefully we will get going in class with some reminders of how to do integration and get jumping into some good DE content. I will see you guys in class.